Let's make some delicious stuffed shells. Hello, and welcome to Delicious at First Bite. I have a really great stuffed shells recipe for you today, so let's dive right in. So I've washed my vegetables and I've washed my hands as well. I have here some green and red bell pepper, and I'll cut about 1/4 cup of each, and this is a rough chop, so you can chop them as fine as you like. I'll also be sure to include the full ingredient list and recipe in the description box below, so be sure to check it out. Now I have about 1/4 cup of red onion, and you can use any onion that you like, and I'll give that a fine chop. I have here some fresh spinach, and I'll roughly chop about 1 cup of spinach. I've also put on a large pot of water to boil for my shells. Now be sure to generously salt your water and bring it to a boil before adding your pasta. I also have here 3 cloves of garlic, and I'll mince that. And now I'll make a quick spaghetti or marinara sauce. And you can skip this step and use a store-bought sauce if you prefer. So I have here 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste and 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. I have here my seasonings: seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, black pepper, and I also added Italian seasoning. And I'll mix all that seasoning together. Here I have my sauce cooking on the stove over medium heat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and give it a stir. I have also added half of my chopped onions, bell peppers, minced garlic, and 1.5 cups of water. While my sauce is cooking, I'll add my shells to my boiling water. Let your shells boil just before al dente. So you want to remember that your shells will continue to cook in the oven, so you don't want to overboil them. Now I'm adding about 1/4 cup of sugar and half of my seasoning mix to my sauce, and continue to stir. So now's the time to taste the sauce and add any seasonings and sugar to taste. And so I did add a little bit of extra sugar and water to my sauce. Now that my sauce is simmering and my shells are cooling down a bit, I'm going to cook my Italian sausage. I have here 1 pound of mild Italian sausage. I'll go ahead and break that up. So while I'm cooking the sausage, please subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, comment below, and share the video. Now back to this sausage. Let's add the other half of our onions, bell peppers, minced garlic, and seasoning mix. And I'll cook the sausage until the meat is brown. Now it's time to make the stuffing. I'll mix together my ricotta cheese and add my garlic basil paste. You can use about 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoons of garlic paste. And I like to use the paste in this instead of the minced garlic because of the chunks from the minced garlic. And then I'll add my chopped spinach. I'm going to do half of my chopped spinach and give that a stir. Then I'll add half of my cooked sausage and Parmesan cheese. And you can sprinkle in as much Parmesan cheese as you like. Now, as I'm adding half of my Italian sausage, I realized I should have used a larger bowl, but that's okay. We'll get it all in there. And I'm going to mix that all up. Then I'll add my egg. And I'll continue to give that a mix. Now you can also add a little bit more seasoning to the stuffing mixture if you like. I always like to layer my seasonings for more flavor. Now it's time to stuff our shells. Add a layer of sauce to the bottom of your baking pan. This adds extra flavor to the dish, and it also ensures that the shells don't stick to the bottom of your pan. This dish is so delicious, and it is great anytime, especially for large family meals. So now that we've coated the bottom of our pan with our sauce, we'll go ahead and gently stuff our shells. So now remember, the shells, even though cooked al dente, they break pretty easy. And this can get a little messy, so you can either wear gloves or you can also use a piping bag if you prefer. And I was able to stuff about 16 shells with our mixture here. And then you're going to just place them very gently in your dish. Now, once I've stuffed all of my shells, I'm going to top it off with my remaining meat, Italian sausage, spinach, and cheese, and my sauce as well. And this is what my final dish looks like before it goes into the oven. So now you're going to want to cover this with aluminum foil, and you're going to put it in a preheated oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes until the cheese melts. And this is our final dish. Delicious. Oh, just look at that delicious stuffed shell.